everyone, and welcome back or welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. And if you haven't been here before, please subscribe to be a part of the Line family, which is mostly me attempting to speak English. First of all, sorry about my appearance, it's looking sketchy, but that is how I'm feeling today. So today's video is a little bit different. It's a little bit different, and that is because I've had this idea in my head for some time, which is to do a kind of makeup therapy series on my channel, which is basically just like get ready with me, but a little bit more deep, a little bit more personal. I've come to realize since not that long ago actually that makeup is kind of like a therapy mechanism for me on the days where I really don't feel well, and that just really helps me on days that I feel really shitty, like today. So yeah, this is kind of like the start of my makeup therapy videos. I don't know if we'll be doing this in the future, but what I'm also going to do is actually in this video I am going to talk about some of my favorites in the current Beauty Bay Black Friday sale, which is already up, which is so early, but okay. And in the meantime, we're just gonna create a little bit of a makeup look, and hopefully I will feel better by the end of it. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna pin my hair back and we'll start. But before we start, there are some products in the Beauty Bay sale that I currently don't have with me, or they are completely empty. One of them that I definitely want to mention, and that is like basically the entire reason that I made this video, or at least the Beauty Bay part, is the Nikkietutorials X Beauty Bay palette. As you guys know, it's one of my favorite palettes. I love the mattes, I love the shimmers in that palette, I love the color scheme. If you look at my Instagram, I basically play with it all the time. And another product that was in my empties recently, and that is also currently on sale, is the Realist Le Crème Concentrée. If you know me, you know that that is one of my favorite moisturizers that also works very well as a makeup base, and I think it's also like 20% off right now. So I do have my eye on that, to be honest, because it's nice to kind of have a backup because it is empty right now. One of the other products that is on sale, and that is also the first product that I'm gonna put on my face, is the Noble Skin Realist Beautifying Tinted Balm. I'm gonna just apply this and then we can start talking about the makeup therapy part of this video. So the reason that I wanted to start this series is pretty simple. Sometimes I feel really shitty, and today is definitely one of those days where I feel like nothing that I do is good and I can't say anything right, and I don't really feel good about myself. Not necessarily mainly my body, but definitely like just the way that I am, both in character and in body. And looking at myself is a little bit difficult. Living with myself is a little bit difficult. It's not like I have these really bad thoughts, but it's all very negative. One of the ways that I've been able to kind of cope with days like that is by applying makeup and being creative with it. Makeup has kind of a routine. You do makeup the way that you are used to doing it, and it's a very nice and quiet, peaceful moment. Beautiful finish. I really like this beautifying tinted balm, as you can see, because like I'm almost halfway. The products that I don't mention, by the way, are not on sale and are just products that I'm gonna use today. So this is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. Like, there's no chaos in makeup, no thoughts in makeup except for what you're gonna do on the eyes, for example. And especially when you use products that you already know, it's very reliable, reassuring at the same time, because you know that you're gonna end up looking one way or another. And it's also why I like doing makeup is also like, it's not necessarily because of the end result that I necessarily like more than bare face. I never really know why I feel bad, and today's like one of those days. It's just like you wake up and you don't feel great and you don't know why. But recently I've also kind of been struggling with the entire just like going outside again. Like, I've been very anxious and a lot of crying and just of like a lot of insecurity about who you are as a person, and I think that definitely stems from trying to look for a job. And the next two products that are in the sale, by the way, I'm sorry, this is so random, but the next two products that are in the sale are the Nessa Myricks Contour Balm, which is like a beautiful product in my opinion, very translucent and a very beautiful bronzy finish. It's not necessarily a contoury kind of color on me, it's definitely more on the olive side, which is very flattering for my complexion, I found. And then also we have one of my absolute favorite bronzers on sale right now, and that that is the Nabla Skin Bronzing in the shade Ambra. This was in my project pan for a while, and as you can see, it's like panned. This is a beautiful bronzer, one of my favorite all-time bronzer. But I think because I use that one so much, for today I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Contour Balm. Yeah, so the work progress has been, I feel like, too slow for me, but I don't know what is normal. I only officially graduated in October, so it's been like a month and a half, and I already feel bad that I don't have a job, but it's just not necessarily happening as quickly as I wanted to, and that's a bummer. A lot of insecurities about just like your capacities and the way you handle things and what you are capable of achieving, like what you're good at, is being questioned, and that's really hard. Okay, so that's the bronzer. So now I'm gonna move on to blush and actually highlighter as well, and I'm just gonna talk about these together because this is also from Nabla. This is their Skin Glazing line, which is basically like the same formula as the Skin Bronzing one, but this is like a highlighter and a blush, and I've basically talked your ears off about this formula, but it is very, very gorgeous. I like this powder highlighter is my favorite powder highlighter I have ever tried. It's not skin texture emphasizing, not too metallic. It's like very glossy on the skin once it's like it has marinated a little bit. And then the blush is the shade Independence, and this is a very unique shade in my opinion. It's that muted browny pink that is absolutely lovely, and it's quite warm as well. So yeah, these two are also in sale, and I highly recommend them if you've been wanting to try like Nabla base product. Like I said, this is makeup therapy, so we're gonna go deep. But lately I've just been struggling with everything, like with my childhood. My childhood, I always say, was kind of like two-part. Lately I've just kind of been struggling with the things that have happened in the past, and your family dynamic is not how you imagine it being, and you always had this kind of idea of yourself, like of having a family and it being good and great and stuff like that, but then it kind of ends up not being the case, and you don't really see your family as often as you would like to. You don't really feel like you know your family as much as you would like to. It's just all these kind of things, but it's been a little bit difficult growing up and transitioning in to this kind of very insecure place and not having that kind of family to reassure you or tell you how to do things. And for that I am very grateful for like my family-in-law, and they've just been always like this beacon of support. And lately like my mom-in-law is kind of teaching me stuff, and it's really nice because there are just some things, like something as simple as making a white sauce, you know. I don't know how to do it. I feel like family in every person's life is kind of difficult, but it's just something that sometimes I can cope with it, and other times it's like I don't know how to handle this stuff, and it's just a little bit overwhelming, and I don't know why. Which is why I like makeup, because it takes my mind off those things. It gives me something else to think about. I have to blend this correctly. What liner are we going to do? What blush are we gonna choose? Very quickly, we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So these are the 3 palettes apart from the Beauty Bay palette that are currently on sale and that I wanted to talk to you about. So my favorite Nabla palette, if you watched my eyeshadow collection video, and if you have watched any of my videos talking about eyeshadow palettes, you know that this one is my favorite, and I think it's currently at a very good price. This is the Nabla Secret palette. As you can see, it's very well used and abused. This is one of my absolute favorite palettes, and I'm also going to use it today. And also there are like 2 of my other favorite palettes on sale right now, and that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, my favorite kind of neutral eyeshadow palette. It's a very good one. And the same thing goes for the Modern Renaissance palette, a very nostalgic palette to me. A very beautiful palette as well, a very much a 2016 cult classic, or did this come out in 2017? I don't remember, but it's a very, very good palette, you guys, and I wanted to use them today. We're gonna do a pink look. If you watch my eyeshadow collection video, I mentioned that I like pink eyeshadow, and there's no better way for me to feel good about myself than using pink eyeshadow, so that's what we're gonna do. I'll link down below like all of the shades that I'm gonna use and stuff like that, but this is also, by the way, going to be kind of a graphic look. I did this kind of blue and brown look on my Instagram recently, and I liked it so much that I'm gonna do that again. So it's gonna be a trust the process. We have every subject coming up right now, so we're just gonna talk about any subject at all. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you could possibly relate to that. It's always like this feeling of not thin enough, you're not thick enough, you're not moving enough. Like today, for example, I really don't like my teeth. I hate the way that they look today. I also don't like the way that my face is quite rounded. I don't like the fact that I'm breaking out, and it's just one of those days that all of that is happening. And it's such a weird thing because it's nothing to feel bad about. Like, it's just the way that you are, but somehow you feel that way. And I think it obviously doesn't help when you see things online that are like completely airbrushed and things that you feel bad about that you cannot see in other people's pictures. 2 or 3 years ago, I was still editing some stuff on my pictures. Since I think Corona, or before that even, I stopped doing that. I just had enough of it. The only thing that I do when it comes to editing pictures right now is like color balance, saturation, contrast, shadows, highlights, white points, black points, all of that stuff. I don't edit anything out anymore because I'm just kind of tired also of like seeing that, recognizing it, and then not feeling good about myself. And I don't want to give other people that same kind of feeling. And yeah, on days that I feel like that I feel like I'm not doing well, I'm not looking great, I'm very red in the face right now, I go to makeup and I try to even it out. But there are also days that I just play with makeup, like today, that I love the way that this inner corner looks, that I'm doing something graphic that I know isn't like appropriate for everyday life, but I just feel better. And I have to say, like, compared to the beginning of this video, I already feel better because I'm just really excited to finish this look, see where it goes, see if I like it. I love the shape of this. Makeup can be so exciting when it comes to textures and colors and all of that stuff. So you have this kind of positive feeling that you experience when you're doing makeup. And obviously there are days that it's very much the opposite way and makeup doesn't go the way that you like it to. Still, I have this routine that I'm doing and I can chill, I can relax, I'm stress-free. The only thing that I have to worry about is the battery of my camera dying, for example. And what I am wondering, obviously, but I think maybe you guys can relate as well, is if you like feel the same way about makeup, applying it, if you like playing with it, like what kind of feeling that gives to you, and if it helps you, if you consider it as some kind of therapy as well. So for the last part of today's video, I'm gonna take the shade Play Hard and we're gonna put that, this is a huge pan, you guys, so we're just gonna put that in the center of the face and then going up. This is one of my favorite shimmers in the entire world. I love this so much. I'm gonna apply one of my favorite this is exciting. Like, every time I use this, I'm so excited. It makes me happy. These are like my Glam Shop singles, and I'm just gonna use a pink one today. So this is the shade Moon Dust. We're gonna use another shade. This is the shade Virtual Pink. We're gonna make it very shimmery today because I'm feeling like using a lot of shimmers, and that in combination with this kind of like green shade. So for lips, 2 of my favorite lip liners are currently on sale, one of which is my absolute favorite. This is the Nabla Close-Up Lip Shaper. I mean, look at how tiny this is, you guys. They're currently, I think, only like 9.59 euros, which is a very good bargain, and I think I'm gonna pick up an extra shade, the shade 1 or the shade 6, because the look of those are amazing and I want them. So this is one of my all-time absolute favorite lip liners to use. If you watch my channel, you absolutely know. But the other one that I also really like, and this is quite cheap, is the NYX lip pencil in the shade Nude Beige. This is like a very good lip pencil if you want to contour your lips, for example, or if you just want to have a little bit more of a cool toned beigey color on your lips. But as usual, I am going to use my Nabla Close-Up Lip Shaper, and then I'm going to use a product that isn't on sale but that I haven't used in a long time. This is the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Lipstick in the shade Velvet Petal. And then finally, I'm also going to apply a lip gloss. This is the NYX Butter Gloss, and also currently on sale on Beauty Bay, and this is the shade Madeline. These are the OG lip glosses. I've been using these since I think I had my blog, so it's been a long time. They're not as glossy as some lipsticks, but if you want something that isn't ultra glossy, this is a great go-to. Okay, then I'm quickly going to do my mascara and and my eyebrows off camera, and I'll be right back. So this is today's look. It's very intense, it's very shimmery, it's very makeup artsy. This is definitely not a look that maybe you do though, maybe you want to go outside with this, but it's not a look that I would come outside with. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please leave me some feedback down below as to this video, what you thought about it, if it's like a good series to continue. I feel like it was kind of all over the place, but maybe we can rectify that in the future. Nonetheless, thank you guys so much for being here for me today, and thank you for 700 subscribers. That's pretty insane. And also thank you just for doing makeup with me and making me feel a little bit better about myself sometimes. So I very much appreciate that, and I'm very gratefully humbled by it as well. Thank you guys for playing with me with this intense makeup, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!